Hello, it's Lois with Travel Time. Happy to be here today for the first live presentation of 2023. And joining me today, we have somebody from the beautiful Sandals Emerald Bay and Donnie Nixon.
Hi,
Great
everyone.
to have you on.
Yes, thanks so much, Lois. I'm so excited to share the Caribbean with you all. I am sitting outside because I need you to feel the sun as it goes on my skin. I'm hoping that you feel the warmth, and then you say you have to
It's a
come down
snowy
here.
day here in Atlantic
Is
Canada.
it? Oh
I see snow
no.
at my window. So yes, we're ready and willing to listen to everything you have to say and show us here today.
Fantastic. So I'm bringing a little bit of sunshine to you. So I'm actually sitting outside of Cafe de Paris. So I just wanted to show the ambiance. I know I'm not showing as much as I want to, but I'm in the lush gardens of Sandals Emerald Bay in the Exumas, Bahamas. Just to give a quick update or quick info about this resort. So we have 249 rooms and suites. This is a club and butler resort only, or club and butler only
Just talk
resort.
about that for a minute. What Club and Butler brings to the table for our guests over and above
Absolutely.
what a regular standard room gives.
Oh yeah, for sure. So with Club and Butler experience, it's a more elevated experience for you. So with the Club and Butler, upon arrival, you're greeted by our club staff. They hand you a very cold lemongrass infused towel, which is great after those long trips. I know coming from Atlantic Canada, there may be a connection or two that you may need to take. And so that's just the start of your vacation. That's how you unwind. They have a welcome drink for you. And then for the club staff, or for the club concierge guests, I should say, they are escorted to the club concierge lounge, where that's where they complete their check-in with the staff. That includes the club concierge staff available from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. They have access to the lounge throughout their entire stay. They have amenities in their room. So we're talking about full bottles of rum, gin, let me see if I can remember it, vodka, and whiskey. I hope I have that right. Plus wine in their room throughout their stay as well. There are activities that the club concierge staff has set up, so you'll be able to check in there and know what activities happening for that day. Usually, they also have a cocktail hour, a manager's cocktail hour in the club concierge lounge.
Mhm.
Butler is where we up it. We put it up a notch. We up the ante. So not only
Yeah,
do
when
you
it's
have
that
those.
real VIP experience that they're looking for.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That
I
is
see.
it. So, as Lois mentioned, real VIP. You have your butler. It's usually between 1 to 3 butlers per room, and they give you 24-hour service. So, you have a cell phone that's connected to them. And if it is, as I like to say, if you like jerk chicken on the beach at 4 p.m., you give your call to your butler and say, hey, can you set this up for me? And at 3:55, you will see them walking down that beach in the sand with your jerk chicken in hand. It's just adding those amenities to you. So it's them catering to you and making sure that you experience the true Caribbean hospitality. If it is that you want them to draw a bubble bath for you with rose petals, they can do that. Set up a candlelight dinner on your balcony, they can do that. They exceed expectations every single time. So that
So
is what we
it's about the additional value that they bring to the vacation.
exactly.
And one of
And
the other
everyone
things
deserves
too
it.
that I know a lot of my clients, um, one of the things we talk about when we talk about upgrading to a club or a butler level, it's not just the extra service. You're getting an upgraded location, an upgraded room with upgraded amenities, upgraded
Yes.
view. It can be any of these things combined.
Exactly. And especially for Sandals Emerald Bay, the butler rooms tend to be beachfront.
Mhm.
So, and if you've been seeing those pictures, that blue is real, true blue in the Exumas. So the butler rooms are typically beachfront. There are some that have an ocean view and a gorgeous ocean view at that. And then the club has ocean view and garden view.
I've gotten to experience one of those beachfront rooms myself,
Oh, I'm
so I'm
jealous.
totally jealous of seeing you post those pictures there this week.
I've only gotten to go beachfront by going to the beach, but we had our executive VP and also the Prime Minister was here for our sales summit, so they stayed in the beachfront rooms. I got an ocean view, but it wasn't a shabby ocean view room. It was
No,
beautiful
none of
actually.
them are.
So that is the difference between club and butler rooms. And then when we look into the resort itself, so it is 249 rooms and suites as I mentioned, but it's across 500 acres. If you are an avid walker, and even if you're not an avid walker, this is a this is a stroll. It's so easy to walk and just to view all the trees, the greenery, the little birds that are stopping by. It's picturesque. And I know people are more into Instagram right now and Instagrammable. It's Instagrammable, but still picturesque as well. It's very
Absolutely.
beautiful. This resort, I usually say, is for those that are working hard or hardly working. If you want to really unwind, if you have a busy 9 to 5, you're up and down, you have lots of things to go. This is where you go. And once you come here and you walk through those doors and you see the pool at the front, you start to unwind and it's just total relaxation. This is more like a spa resort. So I would not say that we have daily lively all the time activities. There are activities and they are very fun, but this is a place where you will find more peace, tranquility, unwinding, areas for you to just sit down with your travel partner and just relax, have a chat, or just bask in the sun.
It's for
Yeah,
people who truly want to relax and unwind. I
there
would
we
agree
go.
with that. My experiences there have been exactly that.
Perfect. Yes. So we have that, and there are areas. Oh, I guess that's my counterparts leaving today. So if you hear a little bit of an airplane, they're leaving for today. I'm staying another day, thank God. So you have parts where you can relax, and then yesterday we actually experienced almost like a family feud game activity by the main pool, where they were playing the theme songs for famous shows like the Adams Family, Growing Pains, Full House. And so everybody was getting in, it was interactive because the staff was shouting out the answers plus the guests. And it was just so fun. So you're still able to have fun, but still able to unwind as well. This has about 11 restaurants here. When we look at soy sushi, we have kimonos, which is our teppanyaki. We have Bombay, which is our Indian. You see people going into, which side is it? Oh, this side, going into Cafe de Paris. We have our Drunken Duck, which is our pub, our English pub, which people love to go to at night. We have our piano bar. We have an Italian restaurant. There's so many options on our 5-star global gourmet here, and the food is delectable. No,
The Cafe de Paris is one of my favorite spots across all resorts. I mean, the coffee
yes,
is to die
yes.
for, and all the different delectables that they always have on display is very tempting when you walk by.
I will admit, so myself and the Canadian team, we have our specialties. We go for an iced coffee around this time in Cafe de Paris, and they have had a delicious passion fruit cheesecake.
Oh, wow.
Whew. And the macarons, the macaroons, I should say, the coconut macaroons, delicious. So that has been our afternoon meeting time where
Yes,
we
of
go
course.
and have that. So you are right on track, Lois. It's delicious.
Yeah.
Where else have I eaten? We've eaten at nearly every restaurant. I had Bombay my first night. It was delicious. The butter chicken, the garlic naan, fantastic. Kimonos, I haven't gotten a chance to go to yet. And tonight I'm going to soy sushi because that's always my favorite place.
Mhm.
But when I talk about fresh seafood, and I know Atlantic Canada is known for fresh seafood, so I know when I'm saying this, I have to make sure I'm getting it right. The lobster, the shrimp, the prawns, fresh, delicious, flavorful. You will enjoy it here.
I live in Atlantic Canada, but I enjoy seafood and more seafood when I'm away on vacation for sure.
Okay,
Always.
so I know
Really.
I'm telling the truth here. So,
Yeah.
guys, if she says it, that means it is true. You have to come and experience it. So, I don't eat shellfish. I eat mostly fish, but my colleagues they eat shellfish. They said it was delicious. I had a lot of fish, whether it be snapper or mahi mahi, and it was delectable. Juice. It was flavorful, cooked perfectly. Food, nothing to worry about when you come to our resorts. Um,
We
oh
can say it's about the food, right? We can
yes,
say
it is
vacation
about
is
the
about the
food.
food. And let's put this out there. I know people come to me and they're looking at prices of vacations and different things. And I've heard that line that I only want beach, sun, and sand. But when
Food.
you come home from vacation, if you have not had good food, you have not had a great vacation.
Yeah, okay. That is absolutely correct. So we come for the sand, we come for the sea, but we come for the food. It's
Mhm.
absolutely true. What else? Well, oh, I can't forget. Well, I'll make my way down to the golf course. We have to pass the spa in order to get to the golf course. So the spa is about 17,000 square feet. It has 17 treatment rooms. There is a plunge pool. There is a gym. I had the I had to do it for research and development, so I could tell you about it, Lois. I had the Himalayan salt Himalayan salt hot stone massage for research
Sounds
and development
delightful.
purposes only.
Yeah, of course.
And it was fantastic. The room smelled like um, lemongrass. They had the ginger lily hanging off. My masseuse was sure to ask me questions. How am I feeling? Do I need her to put more pressure, less pressure? It was such a relaxing moment.
Can we talk
Um,
about lemongrass for a minute?
yes,
I
for
have
sure.
I have a passion for the smell for lemongrass, and it comes from spa experiences and
Yes,
those infused towels that you mentioned, the cool towels on arrival. The lemongrass is just delightful. So much so that I have a diffuser here in my office with lemongrass.
that is what I was
But
going to say
all of my
next.
team members received a diffuser with a bottle of lemongrass at Christmas time this year because we're all missing those vacations we haven't gotten to take so much over the last couple of years. So we're ready.
Yes, yes, you're absolutely right. And I love that we use lemongrass on our resort and keep it in this Caribbean culture because even when I was growing up in Jamaica, we used the lemongrass a lot.
Hmm.
Throughout the house, if you go to certain offices, you'll smell that lemongrass. So it reminds me of home, but it
Hmm.
reminds me of Sandals as well. So I'm happy that you sometimes you just need to turn on the diffuser with the lemongrass and just get through the day, get through the
Yeah,
work day.
for sure.
Absolutely.
I hear you.
Um, so it was fantastic going to the spa. And then I made my way down to the golf course. And this is where we have our Greg Norman designed golf course, 18 holes, championship golf course. Now,
And the views are to die for there. That's one of
that
the,
is what I was going to get to.
yeah.
And it is more on the back nine. And I believe it is at hole 12 or 13 where you get this picturesque view of the beach and the waters coming in, the waves coming in, and then you have someone playing golf and they hit that hole. It's I don't know anything about golf. I will admit. I have all the golf shirts, I have the golf attire, and I can
That's all
sell
you
the
need.
golf course, but I don't know how to golf. I've done
That's
an
okay.
eagle and a birdie, which I think I'm pretty proud of. But the views at the golf course and just how impeccably well kept it is.
Hmm.
Any avid golfer, or even if you're not an avid golfer, you will love our golf course.
It's restful just to see it. Just to,
Just to drive on it. And I what I actually learned on this trip is that we also have a walking track along the golf course. So if you're not into golf, not to worry, you can still see those views, still get your steps in because I wear my Apple Watch, so I have to get my steps in every day. So in the morning, CJ, who's our director of sales, and I would go and we would walk the track. And that's how we got some of those fantastic pictures as well. So you can experience it as well by walking the tracks or actually playing golf or even driving in the golf carts and experiencing our golf course. So that is the quick roundup of Sandals Emerald Bay. To get into the nitty gritty of it, we might be here for hours. And I don't think
um,
you're ready for that.
tell us about the occupancy. Like, I know some people, a few people are still a little reluctant on travel, and certainly we know the airlines have been challenging this year to get you to where you're going and all of that.
Yes.
But what do you see from the people who are there enjoying vacation? Because it's not just you guys there. I know you have guests there as well.
Yes. So to start off, we did have over 100 of our employees here for a 3-day summit. And then we still had guests here as well. So we
Hmm.
were pretty good in occupancy, I would say between 70s and 80s.
Hmm.
However, you did not feel that way
No, I know.
because, and that is something with all of our Sandals resorts. We may have it may be considered high occupancy at that time. We may have a lot of people on resort, but because we have such large resorts, in terms of acreage,
Hmm.
you don't feel as though there's a lot of people here. So
I
we
just
still,
always enjoy watching people when I'm at a resort, watching the guests. They just Everybody just seems like they're not in a hurry, like you see
nope,
people at home. And
no,
I think that's part of why you can come back from vacation and feel like you've rested and been rejuvenated. Just in such a beautiful setting is what that is.
yes,
Like we've talked about the food, we've talked about the spa, but just the overall atmosphere of being so inviting and warm and friendly, but cool and casual as well.
Absolutely, absolutely. So in terms of, even I know those that may be hesitant about traveling and wanting to know how we're dealing with coming out of the time that we were. We're still keeping up our protocols. We're still making sure that everybody feels comfortable in the space. If you want to have a seat further away, you can. The restaurant attendants will still take care of you. We're still keeping up our cleaning protocols and all of that. So being that I traveled for this trip, I traveled from Toronto to Montego Bay, and then from Kingston, Jamaica to Miami to Exuma. I have traveled,
Mhm.
and I can tell you there are protocols in place for to allow us to travel freely and to enjoy travel again.
And the other
So
thing
not
is, I've traveled a little bit as well, and I know the flights and everything are always pretty much totally full. So, for people to think nobody's going anywhere,
trust
that's
me, I got
not.
the last seat on one of my flights. To be very fair, I got one of the last seats on my flight to get to Exuma, Bahamas. If I did not get to the airport in time, I know it would have gone to someone else. So that is how I know travel is back.
Hmm. It is for sure. And so many people have missed out on vacations that, you know, Sandals Emerald Bay, where you are this week. I've been watching your pictures, and that's what prompted me to want to have you on live and tell us a little bit about the property, because it is one of the favorite properties that I've visited at Sandals, and it's not as far away as some of them, being in the Bahamas.
Yes,
So it's a closer flight for people that's important to. And just the overall vibe of that resort, I think it is for people who are looking for rest and relaxation, but still with, if that's not everybody in your group, that's okay, because with the golf course and everything right there, people can also be as active as they would like to be.
absolutely. I couldn't agree with you more, Lois.
Well, that
Um,
that sounds like a great place to have to do a sales meeting. We can't pity you at all. It
I'm
sounds like
still
it's been.
working. And once I'm in uniform, it's no, I don't have time, but I know I had to take time out, one, to join you, but also to show and to really show Atlantic Canada that honestly, this is it.
You are
Get
in
the
a beautiful setting, and it's one of the perks of the job, and it's one of the perks of the job I have, is I get to go and show people, beautiful settings, beautiful resorts, and guide them to the best experiences that they can have on their vacations.
Absolutely. So I'm hoping that I see them here soon. Even if I see them, I wave them off in the airport in Canada. I hope to hear that they're coming down to Exuma, coming down to Sandals Emerald Bay, and then just unwinding. And I believe that Sandals Emerald Bay is actually a part of our winter blues sale as well. So if you
Okay.
want to get away from that winter blues that you're in right now and get to see the winter blues that I'm experiencing right now, you need to call Lois and her team because you need to get here.
For sure. Well, thank you very much for taking time out of your day to chat with us. I'm sure our viewers will be able to soak in just the words and the surroundings that we see on your camera, and that will help people make a decision of what they want to do for their vacation, for sure.
Absolutely.
So we do appreciate your time, and thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your time there, and safe travels home.
Thank you so much, Lois. Thank you. Thank you. Take care.
Bye bye.